Is this thing on? Hey, I'm going to give you some quick little tour. This is Adam, by the way. Haven't posted forever. I thought I was at a really interesting place with our new... Hold on. Let me turn this music off here. I'm sorry about that. I'm having a lovely, actually cold March day in Wisconsin, building out our new camper trailer. Okay, the last time you might have heard from me on YouTube was with that van, and we slept all 5 people in the van. Well, we've upgraded to an enclosed trailer that I'm gonna put some windows and a top vent in so it's safe to sleep in here. And I wanted to just stop really quick and give you my first update, even though we're nowhere near done. I mean, we're nowhere near done. But I think this is important for you to know if you wanna do a project yourself and you're like me and you wanna do it all the first time. You basically just want to finish a completely nice Instagram ready, Pinterest perfect project the first time. It's never going to happen like that. And I've had to kind of let that perfectionism go and kind of learn as I go a little bit, because I'm not the best carpenter. I'm not a carpenter. I suck at most of this stuff, but I'm really enjoying the process of just doing one step at a time. And honestly, we're going to go for our first trip with this thing probably, I don't know, 40% done. And I just wanted to show you a quick spot that I'm in right now that a huge light bulb went on for me. So by the way, my whole approach to this is for this to be totally modular. I use this for business. I use this trailer for business. We build shelving in here, but I'm also, as you can see, putting a little kitchenette here. And I've got this up here so I can actually move this whole thing, move that whole thing up to a second level. And the way I can do that easily is with X-Track, or some people call it E-Track. If it's just like one way, it's called E-Track. This is X-Track, so it can go vertical or horizontal. This X-Track is saving my whole plans. It's basically letting me keep my shelving, my bed, everything I have plans for totally modular. It's totally customizable. And I'll be able to basically take everything that I'm doing here to have it be more of a camper and convert it into sleeping mode, into driving mode, into more storage mode, into business mode because of this X-Track. But I'm really excited actually about this thing. Let me show you the back end here. I've got 8 feet of this thing for our bed. You know, I put the beams under X-Track here. I put the beams underneath. I've got a 3/4 thick, actually it's not even plywood, it's like particle board. It's a little bit cheaper. And I put a little lip on here. You can tell I'm not perfect on everything. I put a little lip on here because I wanted to turn this kind of into a futon, because I'll put another X-Track. I think I'm gonna put another beam right here into the stud and be able to kind of sit up there. You know, from the inside it'll be almost like a futon and a couch to sit on. And I figured I would actually do the same thing on the other side. But let me show you what I just found out. So right now I have 6 feet of this. It can almost fit a queen mattress. And I'm planning on doing 2 more feet that goes out here. Okay, 2 more feet that goes out to here. And I just thought, hey, you know, maybe I'll have that flip up as well. And I could do a futon that side. I guess that would be kind of cool, because maybe we could sit up there and look out there at the mountains or wherever we're camping. But I'm actually going to put the hinge underneath. If I put the hinge underneath and fold that next 2 feet down, that will end up being kind of a backrest as we sit here as our little, you know, it's kind of raining out and we got to sit and eat our meal, or we're sitting inside here. I want a little seating area and a little kitchenette and a bed. I'm not going for much, but I want that much. And it just worked out perfect upon my next measurement. I'm gonna make a big cut here for 20 more inches, which goes right down to here, and that'll be a little bit of a backrest. So I just wanted to grab the iPad, make a little bit of a video to show you, first of all, the progress. It doesn't look like I've been doing much. It's hard to kind of start these projects. I have been doing a little bit. We're gonna take that first trip with this thing not finished, and every part of me wants to be totally finished and have it be Instagram perfect, but I want to just tweak as we go. Maybe take this whole year of trips and go, hey, maybe this kitchen, maybe my sink won't be on this side. Maybe the kids won't like to use it, or maybe they won't even want to use it on this side. Maybe it'll end up in the middle. Maybe it'll end up on the side. Maybe it'll end up totally like right in the center on the front edge. I want to see how the kids are doing. I want to see how we're moving about the camper, how we get into sleeping mode, driving mode, before I make any hard like renovation type of drill into the studs accommodations, other than the X-Track that I've already put down. So I know sometimes you go on YouTube and you see everyone's perfect little camper, perfect little project, and it just looks like it appeared that way. And I'm taking a little bit of a different approach to kind of tweak as I go, and maybe within the next 2 or 3 years, not the next 2 or 3 weeks, the next 2 or 3 years, I'll have something that I really, really like. You know how much I want to paint this and make it look awesome? How much I want to do and seal the floor and make it look awesome? I'm just going to leave it be for this first trip especially, tweak as I go the first year, and finish it off without putting too much pressure on myself. All right, if you like this, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know too. I don't care. Okay, bye. Have a nice lunch in the camper. Actually, we haven't unpacked it.
We're at Walmart.
We're at Walmart? I thought we were on a nice adventure.
No, we're at Walmart.
Oh, that's right. We're on our way to a nice adventure. We are at Walmart. It's lunchtime. This is how we do lunch on the road. Trailer's doing good. A little bit less organized as we go throughout the vacation, but that's all right. We got our bedding up there. We got our bedding down here. We've got our stuff still working for us good. And the ukulele hook is working. Door open here, and let me show you our final product for our first trip in the camper trailer. We just got back from the Smoky Mountains like last night. I know my first video on this channel, I basically gave you right away when we came back from the Black Hills last year. We slept in our van. This year, we went to the Smoky Mountains in our trailer here that I use for business and for personal camping and stuff, and I wanted to give you a quick overview. I know that I already kind of showed you earlier in this video how we're using the trailer, but we're back. It's a kind of a mess with bedding up top, bedding down below here. I basically have unlimited, compared to what I used to, have unlimited storage. I've got our camping box here. We'll put our new stickers on. And I wanted to kind of loop back to the beginning part of this video. I talked about being modular and having options. That is definitely kind of the case as you go through a whole trip and you see how you're going to use the space. I've realized this space up here will not be used for any kind of kitchen, water. I thought I'd have a little sink up here, and maybe we will for different kinds of trips. But as far as a big, no kidding trip where you're in bear country, you're not going to want to do any dishes up here. I've got this kind of cutout. We basically use this as like almost like a laundry hamper. So I'm still trying to be flexible with it. Different uses for different spaces. We have down a little bit better how we pack it out. I'm probably actually going to take that thing down because it's not really going to be used for kitchen stuff. I'm going to put more hooks here so we can hang our clothes rather than have to always shuffle through our bins. Well, let me actually show you what it looks like once I have our camping box out. You know, we use all of the underspace for bins, and it looks really disorganized right now because it is. It's the end of the trip, but I can fit tons of stuff back in here. You know, our folding chairs that don't need to be accessed until we're at our camping site. You know, this framing here, this black shelving, is 24 inches wide. I've got 2 sets of them there. So I basically have a 4x6 platform there, which is the same as a twin bed. I've got some bedding up there. I'm gonna get another 18-inch set to go here in the gap there so we can have our queen bed hang over it. And then the kids have a queen bed with the platform on top that I've already showed. And let me show you how the bikes worked out. Tie down straps. I haven't even opened this yet since our trip. I used mid-grade tie down straps with some D-rings here on the bottom. 2 bikes to a tie down strap, 2 bikes to a tie down strap. I have one at the end, and they are nice and solid in there. I do have a bike rack kind of in the back, how you might put in your garage. Okay, so your garage, just for a bike stand, I use a bike stand, and then the tie downs, really helpful. And then I've kind of showed you this platform already. I don't know if I showed you the windows yet. Put that in by myself, but the first window I did was on the door. I put that in with my wife here because I didn't realize I was gonna run into a metal beam in the door, which is actually probably more solid because of it now. And so all in all, pretty impressed with how well our first trip went. I'm gonna do more of a kitchen sink idea in here because this is something that we keep in the car while we camp because it has food remnants and we don't want to sleep with food in bear country. So my whole kitchen sink idea is moving from there into here. What else do I have? A shoe holder. We were just stuffing shoes everywhere. I think I'm gonna put a shoe holder on this door. We're gonna have a shelf on the mattress edge. What else? A couple things, camp box, kitchen rope. I took some notes as we went because, oh, one big thing, the roof. This thing is stinking. This thing, with any kind of good wind, is pretty noisy. Okay, so we were in like some 20, 30 mile an hour winds and some 50 mile an hour wind gusts at night, and it just sounds like, thunder. So what I'm gonna do some insulation. I haven't put any insulation in this thing. None whatsoever in the walls. I don't think I'm gonna do the walls at all, but this nice little lip here, this nice lip on the roof, I think I'm gonna put some 1-inch insulation on top, maybe cover it up so it looks nice, and then it'll give us better heat retention in the winter and better cooling retention in the summer. And I'm just gonna insulate the top. That might be my next update. But for the most part, here's my main suggestion. Go on a whole, no kidding trip before you finalize your plans because things are gonna change. You're gonna realize, oh, your coffee stuff isn't where you want it to be in the morning. Your underwear is not where you want it to be in the morning. The bed isn't folding up the way that you thought it would. You maybe had a different mattress idea than what you started with. Don't think you have to do everything perfect the first time or the first trip. Again, I think this is probably a 2-year work in progress before it just really clicks perfectly. And I could even tell we were better at camping in it at the end of the trip than the beginning of the trip. And that's part of the fun of camping. It's not perfect, but it's fun. If it was perfect, we probably wouldn't go camping because we have buildings now and I would just stay home. Anyway, until next time, have a great time. Reach out to me if you have questions about this. I've got some links in the description with some of my favorite items that I used.